Are reaction channels dying? That is the question being posed in this video by Knox Hill. And Eric and I have a heated conversation at certain points about what he's saying and whether it does matter about if we do reactions to well-known artists or indie artists. So the real question ends up being, do reactions actually still serve the music or just the algorithm? I think it's a little bit of both. And anyways, I hope you enjoy this debate on it. And if you didn't know, this comes from our live stream that we do every week on Saturday at 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So I hope to see you this week.
Cheers. Cheers to the new year.
Hell yeah.
Happy New Year, everyone. So we're going to check out a couple of people's New Year's posts. Well, specifically Knox Hill, because he's talking about the YouTube reaction community and pretty much how reactions are dying.
Plan for the year ahead.
There it is.
And as I sit on the brink of another one, blessed to still be floating around on this rock in space, I continue to think about what truly matters. And for me, being on YouTube for over a decade, seeing the rise, seeing the fall of many, watching as money has come in for creators, watching as fame, likes, attention, clout, all that comes in, I'm consistently reminded that even though we get caught up in life, we get caught up in our goals, we get caught up in our dreams, we get caught up in what we're chasing, the one most important commodity and most important asset that you can have, that you own, is time.
When I got to the end of the video, I'm like, this is a genius way to market your stuff. And you'll see what I mean when we get to the end.
And who you choose and how you choose to spend it. And for me, there's nothing more important than spending that time with the people who matter most, with the people I love, with the people I value and care about. And I hope that wherever you are watching this, that as this new year comes in, you also get to spend time with those who matter. There's nothing more important than that. You can't put a price tag on memory.
Unless your family's a fucking bunch of assholes, because I just spent 10 days with my family and fucking sucked. It was good for like the first 4 days. I love the whole gathering of the family, seeing my uncles. It was great. But if I would have went there just to visit them for the 4 days, it would have been totally fine. I could have just left afterwards. Eric does not have the same.
We were all pretty close growing up. So now that we're all apart, we all miss each other. So anytime we get together, it's always a good time. A lot of laughs. A lot of
but how long do you visit them at a time, though?
Like a week or so every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard you and your brother fight.
Not that much. And he's joking most of the time.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So anyways, back to the video.
You can't put a price tag on those moments.
It must be nice,
And
Eric.
the obvious thing to me is that it doesn't matter what you have, it doesn't matter what you own. If you don't have your health, you're not going to be a very rich person.
I agree with
because
that.
there's nothing more important than your
100%.
health as well. And as you plan for the next year, as you plan for what comes, I hope you incorporate.
Staying sober for this, like just trying to stay sober has been the hardest thing for me.
Yeah.
Or being comfortable doing these videos without being intoxicated
Yeah.
has been pretty challenging.
Just being Alan.
Not drunk Alan.
Not drunk
or
Alan. That's
wasted
funny.
Alan.
You just have multiple
Yeah.
personalities.
Health is so important. Just being okay, you know, that's the
sure.
standpoint, which very thankful for. I got very lucky. I got the VA healthcare and stuff. So luckily that
It
panned out
changes
for
your
me.
mindset for sure. Being
Mhm.
healthy.
Again, like I think what happened to us is it stopped being a creative process. That's why we had to keep taking a step back from reactions. So now it's more creative. Now we don't give a fuck. Like we finally got that attitude of we don't care. We're just gonna record shit and put it out there. If people like it, cool. If not, whatever. So we can just still keep being honest. Because goddamn, I watched a bunch of reactions and prepared to talk about this and what he was saying. The reactions have gotten worse. They are so fucking fake.
Oh man.
Like
I haven't seen.
you remember the whole thing with like getting up out of your chair and walking about like or whatever?
Yeah.
And like there's some people who are like, okay, maybe that's real. But then you notice other people were copying the mannerisms of that other person
Well,
and
they
doing
know.
the same thing.
They know that's what gets people's
And they
attention.
know it gets because these people have like tons of subscribers,
Yeah.
but I can't even try to be fake. I just don't understand. And then that's hence why I would drink, because I felt like I wasn't entertaining.
It's also, there's also never that happy medium either. Like it's always, they overly love everything to like an exaggerated degree, or they overly hate everything to an exaggerated degree. It's never that person that's like objectively in the middle. It's like, okay, this is good, but I just don't like it. Or, you know,
Yeah. We're okay with disagreeing with each other.
We're okay with
too.
that, yeah.
That's another thing. I don't know. Have you guys noticed that with reactions? Because some of them, I used to watch reaction videos. I used to like Knox Hill too. And Knox Hill's doing great, obviously. He's doing way better than we are doing reaction
wait,
stuff.
he's a reactor?
But Knox Hill is a reactor.
What
yeah,
the
he's a
fuck? I thought
reactor.
he was a musician.
He's probably done it the best. He did the thing that I tried to do, where you gather an audience and in hopes of sharing your music knowledge, you can promote your own music. He has mastered that 100%. You could say we failed or didn't fail. I don't know. We kind of lost sight of doing the music part, where he was able to balance reactions and music.
Gotcha.
Which that's what impresses me about Knox Hill. Unfortunately, I can't watch his new reactions. He's so good at doing it. Maybe I just grew out of reactions. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to sit through videos nowadays because of the whole shorts thing and the tension. Your fucking attention is just like going to shit slowly. Watching TikTok and all that stuff.
Pibaka said he hasn't watched reactions in ages. So Danny said, I just watch a few. What reactions would you say are reactions that you enjoy the most? Because there's some people that don't enjoy the analytical ones, and some people do enjoy just to sit down and listen to them. But I feel like the sit down and listen to them is going out the window because there's so many fake ones now.
Yeah.
And when I say fake, I mean like really exaggerated reactions.
There's so many now. And new ones keep popping up. It's crazy.
The broken copyright system, which has always been crazy to me, which I've always gone on about. It makes life so much more difficult, especially for a reaction channel, when you get served a copyright strike, when you get served a takedown notice, and you go to fight it, and it's not YouTube who decides your case. It's not YouTube who decides the fate of that video. It's the person or company that served you the claim, that served you the strike. They are your judge. They are your juror. And until that changes, you're going to have a system that sets up to be exploited. And it's been exploited many times before. And, you know, speaking of the life of a reaction channel, which I don't recommend for anyone, by the way, but if there are fellow reactors watching out here, maybe this video helps you in some way in terms of your planning and just understanding. But I was fortunate enough, or unfortunate enough, to sit down in a room with the legal team of UMG, going through copyright strikes and going through the situation. And for me, one of the most foretelling things was going into that meeting. I'm sat going, how do labels view us? Because for me, you look at the comments on my channel, you look at what we do, the amount of people that we get to have a new view of an artist, have a new appreciation of that artist. You know, I've always felt like we have the ability to be like the modern day tastemakers, the modern day DJs, putting people on to music, helping people appreciate the music that they listen to.
Are we modern day DJs? It's because I've noticed that mainly people come to our channel to watch a band they already like.
I think once you've established that you're knowledgeable, and
The people in the chat right now, you guys discover new groups and artists with us because you go and watch a lot of our videos or a lot of our live streams. So I know you guys are discovering new bands for sure.
yeah,
Actually, I've had a lot of people around me that I meet have met new bands because they come into the studio now and they're like, who is this? Because we have a whole wall over here. We're like, Maximum Hormone, Baby Metal, Bandmade. Even the music video we filmed yesterday was in front of this. It's so cool. It's so badass. And I've had people like that. Like I've turned people on to music. But for reaction channels, yeah, I guess if you're at a certain level where people like you. And
like the
watch,
Alex Hefners and the Nick Nocturnals and all those guys.
But you can see like if it's a band that's not that big, the views go down. So how much reach is it actually getting?
Yeah.
I only watch video reactions of artists I already like. But I discovered a lot of new music on streams. Yes, on streams, I think is a big one. That's why we continue to do this. I like to branch out and see new things. I discovered a lot of new music from channels I know that have similar tastes. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what it is. I think our issue is we don't have a lane where Knox Hill has like the rap lane. You and I, we listen to everything. He listens to other things too, but it's mainly into that rap lane. We don't have an actual lane to go in.
Yeah.
Right. And I would argue that he probably did it the best because he did so much of the rap, which was super popular. That'll also contribute to a big channel. Or you and I were doing metal and rock, which is still, it's pretty underground at this point. You know, there's not that many people that are into that stuff. I appreciate him putting out this video. It's definitely shedding a light on some more things that are happening behind the scenes with YouTube. And I think we've been talking about it for the entire year. I don't think you should not do a reaction channel. When he said, stop doing reactions, don't do it. I think if you're a band, you could be very clever with the reactions and just bring your expertise to it. Because if you bring your expertise to it, they'll be like, okay, let me check out your original music.
I think people go to reactions mostly to get some sort of knowledge that they didn't have before, like some tidbit of information that they didn't have before when they listened to a song, you know? Be like, oh yeah, I totally didn't notice that run, or like, oh, that's a cool mixing thing that I didn't know. So I mean, like, make sure you're providing something for the audience too, not just who the fuck is this guy just giving his opinion on music.
Yeah, for sure.
How one of the biggest music labels and most powerful ones in the world sees us. I was told point blank, and given an example, if Eminem drops a music video and I react to that Eminem music video, they see me as taking direct views away from that music video. That's crazy. Think about the implications of that.
That statement right there is really dumb because they can copyright it and take all the money. I don't know why UMG would say that.
And that's just one label and how they see us.
I just don't agree with this. I don't know what conversation he's talking about, but UMG gladly copyrights all my videos and takes all of the money. So they're still getting the money. It's not real. I mean, yeah, I guess it takes away from views, but they can just get bots that inflate it more anyways. But the money they make from my copyrighted video is the same. It could or be around the same cut that they're getting from a view of a music video. Not all the time because I have specific sponsors that will be on that video, but they're still getting money, I guess.
They don't think that reaction channels really move the needle for the big artists. So like if Kendrick Lamar drops, they don't see us as helping Kendrick in any way. They still see us as taking away views.
I agree.
There's no net positive, which is just crazy to me because again, like when you aggregate all the reaction channels, when you add it all up.
But that's very unlikely. If you have a favorite artist, you're fucking following them like hardcore.
Exactly.
You're not going to forget when they release a video. Come on, Ren fans, do you know when Ren is going to put out a video? I'm pretty sure you do. And you tell everyone. This applies to casual fans for sure.
And you see the traffic that gets sent. Views are still views. Profit is still profit. You know, we're still increasing engagement. We're helping to make people aware. Maybe people aren't aware that someone dropped. And then we react to it, and then it makes them aware. You know, there's so many instances and situations where I thought maybe a label would have a wider scope on the potential of reaction channels and hopefully the potential symbiotic relationship that we could have and what could be built. But instead, we're just viewed as, to me, more of a nuisance, more of an enemy than a possible ally. And when you zoom back and you start to think about the changes at YouTube, it starts to make more sense. You know, on YouTube, they've gone through a massive change overnight. And this happened a couple months ago, and there's some creators that have talked about this. But basically, there's been a huge drop in YouTube views. And the reason for that is because YouTube has decided that if they can't monetize your view, they're not going to count your view. So if you're using an ad blocker, if you're using anything like that, it doesn't count. So us creators now have actually no idea and no scope on how many views we're actually getting, how many people are actually watching our videos. We only know the amount of monetizable views. That's all YouTube is counting. And creators have shown their desktop views just going way down overnight because that's where a lot of ad blockers are. But yeah, that's affected the whole industry. And then on top of that, I think reaction channels are down in general because of those changes.
I mean,
that
sucks.
That is the fucking line right there.
Yeah.
Because like you need ads, but the ads are so fucking annoying. So as both a consumer and a creator, it's like understandable from both sides. So it's just like, ugh, what's the solution here for these issues?
Does he put a source for that though?
The ads are ridiculous, dude. The ads are
Not
fucking
counting.
unreal. I have premium, so I don't gotta worry about it. But like my friends and stuff, anytime they try to show me a video, and it's just like, oh, ads,
You're like
yelling,
yelling at them. Bro, can you get a subscription to YouTube? It's $14. Just kidding.
I do.
Actually,
I yell.
it's
I was
higher.
like, dude, just get premium. You fuck.
We're talking about the friends that have really good jobs, okay? Not counting ad block views means platforms like YouTube are implementing changes often triggered by ad blocker updates. This is according to AI or whatever to prevent views and use of ad blockers, especially on desktop. See, this is another thing that's come up. This AI took this person's video and just like summarized it right there, so it makes you not want to watch the video. Especially a desktop impacted creators is seeing significantly lower views and revenue as these blocked views don't generate ad income and skew analytics.
Damn. I use premium as well.
It used to be that.
Yeah, without premium, it's pretty brutal.
That's the best part, Terry.
Thank you guys for using premium because we get that ad revenue. Woo!
Yeah.
If you watched a Knox Hill video, you enjoyed what I do, you would get recommended another Knox Hill video. If I react to, say, you know, a Cardi B, and at the end of that reaction, if you enjoyed my reaction to it, you enjoyed my thoughts, it's not going to recommend you more reactions of me doing that artist, more videos of me. It's going to recommend Cardi B. It's going to recommend the artist that I was reacting to.
When he says this, I thought to myself, well, you can choose what video at the end will show if you enjoy this band-made reaction. You could do that, but what I think he was trying to get at was about the auto recommendation that's off to the side. If I zoom out, you can see these are the recommended videos. And he's right. There's not one Knox Hill video being recommended on the side.
Yep.
Not one. So that's what I think he was referring to. But to circumvent this, you just put a video directing your audience to check it out right there. That's the best way to do it. And after you click on a couple of them, then they start showing up. Because what I've noticed from my experience and just studying the analytics of other channels I've worked with, that's normally what happens. Even for this year, that's how it's been working.
Which seems minor, seems small, but that's a huge change. especially if there's not a balance to that in terms of what gets recommended, because that's something that we rely on, right? That's something that goes underappreciated on YouTube. You know, what gets recommended, and that pumps into SEO, that pumps into performance of the channel. And another theory that I have, which is more instinct, but to me, considering all these different factors, makes sense, is that it's also influenced by the labels. Because think about how they view us. If they don't view us as assets, then we're a problem to them, because they can't control us, because, you know, we're not deciding through them who we react to. We're not on their payroll. And at the end of the day, labels have shown throughout their history, throughout the past, what happens when they lose control. Look at the Napster days. That was so revolutionary, but that scared the shit out of the labels, because that took the power away from the big music labels. And they had to consolidate. And then Apple Music came out, and Spotify. And now labels have a very comfortable, very cushy, very nice positioning with the Apple Musics, with the Spotifys.
Oh, we sped it up. That's why. Go. We sped it up.
There's a lot of promotion of their artists, a lot of algorithmic program recommendations to make sure that their artists are getting views, their artists are getting seen, and they're getting the money that they want to get. And they're very much in control of the current system. And for me, reactors present a possible change, a possible affectation to that system. And they're not happy with that.
Well, at the end of the video, he goes on to discuss about how he started new channels, which we had already started doing before this video had posted. A lot of you already know. We got the South Sound podcast, which we're picking up again in the new year. We're just waiting for the holidays to finish before we start going hard. You guys are a part of the first episode with Eric joining us, so thank you so much for being a part of it. This will be on the South Sound podcast. Make sure you go follow us over there, where we talk about our favorite musicians from all over the world. So another thing I wanted to mention was he was saying about promoting these artists, right? He was mentioning these bigger artists.
Yeah.
That it does help them in general. What I think this is going to do, and what I hope it does, I think if we focus on big indie artists, you know, like the Bandmate or like Ren and like stuff like that, or like the Big Push to come back with him in there. They're big, but they're not really big. I think if we focus on like showing people these indie artists that support the reacting community, because there's a lot, like Dust report, their record label is really awesome. We have a representative over there. She sends me tons of videos from their label. She says to whitelist it, or like even Electric Callboy. They're big, but I mean, they help us out, right? They whitelist all the videos. I think we just go focus on the artists that are working with good labels. And only.
Yeah.
Stop doing the Eminem reactions. Stop doing the Linkin Park reactions. Or if you do one of those reactions, just do a little video essay about it, saying, hey, this is how I feel about the song. This is parts I liked about it, and things like that, and just throw it off to the side. That's what I'm going to start doing when I do video breakdowns. Because nobody's really doing it for unknown artists or like in the middle tier artists.
Yeah.
And I think that is the way to go if you want to get viewership, or because you're filling in a void where some of the bigger names are not doing yet. And I think that would be better. Just working on the indie artists or the artists that appreciate the reactions. And there is artists out there that do appreciate them, and good ones.
Yeah, I think reactions are more for those mid-tier to lower bands on the totem pole as far as like popularity goes. It'll help them a lot for sure, and we've seen it through our channel. Like, what was that one female band that asked us to do a reaction to them, and it helped them out a lot?
Yeah, we've had a couple. I mean, think about Hanabiye coming to us with like 4,000 subs, but they came at us with good songs. Mm-hmm. I've had artists that have sent me bad songs, and I'm straight up honest with them, like, dude, I don't like it.
Yeah.
The mix is pretty bad. If you guys can come up with some more polished songs and better, then I'll definitely do a reaction.
Yeah.
You know, because what I do is I check out a 30-second clip of the beginning just to make sure it's like good. Because the thing is, if I play that, because I'll tell them, like, I'll do a reaction if you really want me to, but it's going to be shitting on it.
To be honest.
It's going to be shitting on it the entire time if you want me to. And some people don't. I mean, we had Beautiful Skeletons, didn't like it at all.
That was fun.
Then she ended up working with us and doing songs. So like,
beautiful
people
friendship formed from
that. I mean, people do appreciate honesty still.
Yeah.
I hope, at least. There's some people. Sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be better to agree with everybody, always. So I think it's just how you go about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the label side when it comes to the bigger artists. It's just like you're not going to add much more to it. You know what I mean? But it's still fun to do. If you want to check out the new big song that this big artist released, that's totally fine. If you want to just do it for funsies and stuff, just, don't expect the copyright.
See, for me, it does help out the big labels. If I can see what they mean by they take away views. It can help out the big labels if there's a bunch of reactions, because if there's people that really want reactions and breakdowns of the songs, they will copyright it and they will get all that money.
Yeah.
So it's just,
I mean, look at Bring Me the Horizon too. Like their label straight up was just like, "Hey, react to the new Bring Me the Horizon song."
That's what we're gonna be doing now. A Taylor Swift reaction doesn't probably help anyone. You know what? I disagree. I think that could be very therapeutic.
I want to be
Genius
honest
marketing.
here. Should I be honest and mean?
No,
No,
I'm scared.
okay.
Go for it. Of course, I want you to be honest and mean.
I think reactors like that are putting themselves on a pedestal, and it's like I don't think it's cool. Like him, Nick Nocturnal. When it comes to that copyright stuff, at least they're just like, "Oh, we provide so much value to this." It's just like, dude, you're a guy on the internet reacting to somebody else's work.
That's a fair take.
Like, I don't doubt that you provide some value to it, but I don't think it's at the level that you think it is. And then I've heard like Nick Nocturnal and other guys talk about this shit too, and it's just like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you provide some light on to small bands and shit, but it's just like if you make that your whole thing, make yourself feel self-important. It's like
You can't
not
be an
that
asshole
cool.
about it, right? You do, but like, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I don't think Knox Hill's being a dick, though.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Knox Hill's not being a dick, though.